This nigga, okay, nigga, get to the Klay part.
Ready to tackle your debt?
He was over here like, oh my God, Steph posted a collage of him and Klay and I was in the background. Nigga, we don't care. We don't care. I'm sorry.
Things to stay the same.
We was beating Celtics with a healthy team. Ah, man. Don. Come on, Don. Don't tell me you're one of those, bro. You one of those hypothetical ass niggas? Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when your team is mid. I will say, when your team is mid, you live in the land of hypotheticals. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but here's my only point, Don. Here's my only point. Hear me out, Don. Hear me out. The NBA playoffs is a war of attrition. What I mean by that is being healthy is a part. Oh, he's in ads now. Being healthy is a part of having a winning team. I don't know why people always do that thing where they're like, oh, well, if my team was healthy, da da da. Nigga, your team staying healthy, the players on your team being able to stay healthy for a sustained period of time is a part of what makes them great. What would MJ have been if we could have never seen him in the playoffs because he was injured? Fucking Tracy McGrady? I'm just saying, bro. When certain niggas are injury prone or they get injured all the time, it's a part of their player profile. Now, I can't speak. James Dolan, that's valid. That's valid. I don't know what James Dolan did. Wait, is he still? Wait, I feel like I remember. Tom, what did that guy do? What did he do? I remember that name. Is he the owner?
And this sucks for me.
What did he do?
This time of year always
before.
sucks because you build relationships with people.
I know he did something.
And then like out of nowhere, they're just gone.
Jerry Jones, but worse.
And
tells me everything I need to know.
Out of nowhere being gone for us is crazy because you spend most of your time with these people. Like you spend pretty much the better part of 9.5 months seeing these people daily. And then like out of nowhere it just ends. It's always been a very weird thing for me.
Oh, yeah, I remember
and so
that.
Then this one hits like a much deeper, right? Like way more close to home because in a sense it disrupts home.
What was his name?
What we've known
it Ewing? It wasn't Patrick Ewing, right? It wasn't him.
Home for the last 12 years for me.
I remember that a while ago.
That looks way different now.
Yeah. I remember that. That was like over 5 years ago, right?
I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. So if you make it through this episode, kudos to you. Because I don't really have clear thoughts in approaching this episode. It's just a little weird. I'm happy for Klay. I think last year was a very trying year for him. I think, it was the highs and the lows of last year. I think was very hard on Klay. And as a brother, to see someone going through that, like it was hard on.
Wait. Nah, Don can't be serious, right, chat? Don trolling me. Don, you trolling, right? Okay, let me make sure I understand what you're saying first. I think you're saying that the only two superstars you want, if they were to trade for someone, is Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant. Right? That's what you're saying? Thank God Don is not the GM of the fucking Knicks. Thank God. Yo. Really? Come on, Don. We gotta get some youth over there, bro. You can't get AD on paper great. On the court, come on, Don. I know you be seeing this nigga falling all over the place, getting injured. Ooh, my pinky toe. Like, yo, GM Don would get us chips? No, bro. Yo, I think I dead ass think, okay, like dead ass, taking your scenario serious, I think if y'all were to trade whoever it would take to get KD and AD, it would make your team worse. You would have them on your team and both of them would be injury prone. AD obviously more injury prone than KD, and they're both getting old. KD is like 32, 3, 4, something like that. And AD, let me not speak on A Disney. I'm not gonna speak on A Disney, okay? God, Don, come on. Bro, why does it feel like a troll trade? Like you trolling. Your team right now is better than if KD and AD was on your team. No cap. We need a square and big. Okay. Okay, I definitely agree with that. But AD, that just feels desperate, bro. At this point in his career, I feel like there has to be somebody, right? Has to be some. I'm not gonna lie, y'all might gotta like develop that in a draft or something. Ooh, I would say though, okay, if we're talking about a scoring big, I would say your best bet is Jonas Valanciunas. I'm not even kidding. Jonas Valanciunas, he can shoot a 3. He's relatively decent as a defender. That's what I would say. I mean, he's not like a fucking DeMarcus Cousins, prime DeMarcus Cousins or AD, but he can score enough and can fit around the players that y'all have. But I am very excited for y'all's team next year. I'm actually really excited. I know I've been roasting him, but I'm pretty excited because I love Jalen Brunson. He's one of my favorite non-Warriors players. I love the way he plays the game. Love him. Josh Hart is cool as hell. I fuck with him. I just like him. He's a well-rounded basketball player. DiVincenzo, he was on the Warriors. Loved him over there. Love him on y'all team, just not when y'all play us. And who else y'all get? Mikal Bridges. Ooh, love him too. He's one of my favorite defenders in the league. So I'm actually legitimately pretty fucking excited to watch the Knicks play. So, but I wouldn't want to see that ruined trying to get AD and KD that's like hella injury prone. I would just hate to see that. I feel like it would ruin what y'all have going on over there.
For me to watch.
But hey, what do I know? I'm not a GM.
What he was going through, and I think if you ever care about
Draymond, this is all your fault. This is all your fault. This is Draymond's fault. He just made me mad. Looking at his finishes pissed me off, bro. Klay would not be gone if Jordan Poole was still on the team because he would have helped take the load off of Klay. But nah, they're fucking egos. They're egos. We put all that time into Jordan Poole, G League, fighting for a starter spot, started for Steph when he was out. All that for nothing. And we just have to trade him away because, of course, Steph is loyal to his guys. He's loyal to his guys. And where did that get him? Stuck with fucking Draymond. Stuck with, you know what they say, chat? Sometimes your greatest strength is your greatest weakness. And I knew that would be the case for my GOAT, Steph Curry. And now he's stuck with Draymond. Yo, this nigga should have left. I'm going to show y'all a clip. Watch this, chat. Look what he said on his podcast. I saw this on Twitter. Look at this. Infinity Game Room in the chat. Naho in the chat. How you guys doing? How's y'all day going? Thank you for stopping by. Look at this tweet. Look at this. This nigga. Ooh. If I could throw hands at Draymond. Oh, man. If I could throw hands at this nigga, man. Just listen to what he said. He said he was ready to leave the team and go to the... He was ready to go to the Grizzlies. I wish he would have went. I wish he would have left the team. I was hoping that Draymond would get traded or leave or something. I have been praying on this nigga's downfall since 2019, y'all. Since 2019. I've been asking for this nigga to get off my team because Steph has had to carry him so much. He's make Steph's job harder and then got the audacity to get suspended for games. And then, but wait, there's more. The season where Steph Curry broke their hand, a lot of people might not have been watching, but I was watching when we won 15 games. Yeah, I was watching every game that season. And I watched this little clown quit on the team multiple times. Oh, how did he quit on the team, Sierra? How do you know that? Because I watched the man get ejected from games. He got himself ejected from games because he didn't want to try. Oh, and in case y'all wanted confirmation that I'm not just on conspiracy, he admitted it himself in the podcast the next season. How did he admit it, Sierra? Okay, well, this man said, you know, that season where we weren't winning, it was hard for me to get up. It was hard for me to get up on games. It was hard for me to get up when I wasn't competing for a championship. What kind of loser ass mentality is that? This nigga's a loser. If Steph is not there to carry this nigga, he doesn't try. Or even when Steph is there, I've seen the nigga give up with Steph still in the court. So I am over him. I am so over this guy. This nigga messed up everything we were trying to do. He messed up everything we were trying to do. We were building something with the young guys and he broke their trust. Obviously, he broke Jordan Poole's face. I mean, we all saw that, right? And this nigga's going on a press run that whole season, talking about it on this podcast, this show, that show. And I'm like, nigga, shut the hell up. And the Warriors, y'all fucked that shit up too, because these niggas didn't even suspend him for that. So the same organization that suspended Draymond for calling KD a bitch didn't suspend Draymond for punching Jordan Poole in the face. And y'all wonder why Jordan had a bad season after that. You wonder why Wiggins looking all sad and shit and playing horrible after his best friend got traded. You wonder why. You wonder why. And then this nigga right here gonna wait until his 12th season, I don't know what season he's in, but he gonna wait until all the way to season where we were asked to start shooting threes when the team has been asking him to shoot threes. Look, y'all don't watch Warriors basketball like I do, okay? Y'all don't be watching the games like that. I remember vividly when we were in the play-in versus the Grizzlies. This nigga gonna take one last shot, half court. The game wasn't over. He could have passed the ball to Steph, could have passed to Klay. This nigga throws up a three from half court. And I'm just like, what are you doing? And you know what the team said after that? Exit interviews, right? Ending the offseason, they said, hey, Dre, we need you to work on your shot. What did he do the next season? Did not work on his shot. What did he do the season after that? Did not work on his shot. It took until this past season for him to do it. And I'm just like, bro, the pressure that you're putting on your teammates. Oh, and in case y'all think I'm just hating, why did Draymond get benched in the NBA Finals in 2022? So you're telling me a starter got benched in the finals for his team to win? What does that say, y'all? I said this. I have receipts on the record on my sports channel saying that, yo, when it gets to the point that the coach has to decide the team is better with you off the court, you are declining. And I swear to God, I said this. It's on the record. I said, y'all, how is Draymond going to act when his role has to get reduced for the team to get better? Do y'all think he's going to deal with that well? I don't think he's going to deal with it well. And we didn't even make it to the next season before he punched Jordan Poole in the face. So I was like, bro, I didn't think he was going to do this, but this is kind of what I was talking about. He starts. Yeah, he does. Yes, he is. He is a starter. Yes. And you know why they have to make him a starter? Because he's so fucking ass that he can't be in any other lineup. He can't be in another lineup. So the problem with, and you know what? We need to give Steph and Klay more credit for being able to play with this clown and Looney, respected Kevon Loon GOAT, not dissing him, but two negative. We're not talking about just they don't space the floor. We're saying Draymond and Looney are negative floor spacers, which means they put more pressure, them not getting defended by their defenders and not being able to stretch the floor causes more pressure to be on the shooters, like Steph, Klay, and Poole when he was there. You would think a nigga like that understands basketball would be like, maybe I need to improve my game, or I need to put my ego to the side and just go to the bench, which he did do last year. Yeah, last year in the playoffs when Poole was still there, he did. When he got suspended one game, the next game he was coming back, he told Steve Kerr, you know what, bro, just leave me on the bench because I saw how good Looney was doing. I don't want to mess that up. And they put him right back in the starter position after that game. Oh, and by the way, the team did great with Draymond on the bench, by the way. But nah, the ego, the loyalty, like, come on, bro. It's okay, my team sucks. It's not that the team sucks. It's the fact that the egos is the thing that caused the team to suck. Not necessarily, it didn't have to be this way is what I'm saying. I'm fine with the team being ass. When Steph Curry retires, I am retiring as an NBA fan. I am not lying. I'm switching to the WNBA. They're way more exciting. I don't know, bro. The NBA shit is dead. These niggas don't allow defense no more. I grew up watching defense. The league is ass. They've been padding niggas' stats and inflating stats, and now they got y'all thinking because SGA averaged 32, he's actually like that. Just saying, bro. They are literally padding niggas' stats to inflate the numbers to make it seem like everyone's more skilled. And I'm not with that shit, bro. I grew up playing defense. I grew up watching defense play and seeing niggas take pride in defense. And now they don't want defense played in the league because they want to make it look like their players are better than what they are, and they're not. SGA is nice. I didn't say he wasn't nice. I just said that they got niggas thinking the players are better than what they are. Right? Back in the day, when a nigga averaged 32, that meant they were really, really, really like that. Like him in territory. SGA is not him. He's cool. He's good. You know? But he's not all-time great. Like 32 points per game is like all-time great territory. He's not that guy, bro. And it's no hate to him. It really speaks more to the NBA inflating niggas' numbers. I'm talking these dudes are going to the free throw line 8 to 10 times a game. Back in the day, niggas getting fried in today's game. I mean, personally, I wouldn't make such a broad generalization considering how many of the all-time greats are from back in the day and not today. You know? Like, they're the ones that set the standard. And I wouldn't be able to say that because so many of the rules are different now than how they were before. So, I mean, certain dudes, yeah, like maybe like some of the role players, but like, I would say, you know, things like the freedom of movement rule, the landing space rule, them literally handicapping defenders and not letting them fucking defend. There used to be a hard rim back in the day. And then on top of that, just simply the fact that I think players on average now are more, I don't know, like skilled, I guess. But I don't know. I get triple dubs used to be rare now. Everyone doing it, also drop it. Okay, that's kind of what I was getting at, Timo. How you doing today, by the way? But, okay, let's just say it like this. When it gets to the point where niggas are scoring 70 in the game and nobody cares, that is a big problem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this past season, we had, what, 2 players score 70 plus? I think it was Embiid and we had Luka. And it was like damn near back-to-back nights or some shit like that. It was crazy. Y'all, okay, I remember, I think Dame scored 72. I could be tripping, but I think Dame scored 71 season 2. But Karl Anthony Towns had like 60 something. Bro, we had so many people score like 60 plus in the last 2, 3, 4 years. That used to be something we get excited about, and we're like, oh my God, wow, like they got 50. We would think it was fine when a nigga got 40. We think it was fine when a nigga got 50. Let alone when somebody had 60, 70, 80. Now, it's just like, oh yeah, Luka scored 70. Embiid scored 70. It's like, damn, who wants to watch that shit, bro? That's bro, it's not fun. So it's like, I think the NBA's marketing strategy is too short-sighted. I think what they're doing, this is my theory, because they're renegotiating TV contracts and stuff next year, well, between this year and next year, it's gonna be the largest like TV deal package in history, and it's gonna increase the players' salaries all the way like sky high. Like, we're gonna see dudes getting $400 million contracts down the line, $500 million. Like, they're about to get stupid money, right? That's why y'all saw them put the 75 game rule or whatever, 60, whatever, 67. I don't know what the new rule is for how many games you got to play to get an award, but that's why they put that in there, so the investors could have some type of reassurance that they're investing in a product that is not going to have players just sitting out left and right. But point I'm trying to make, I think the NBA strategy was this. Okay, we got TV renegotiating, contract renegotiating deals coming up. So how about we pull back on the defense so that we can show how skilled our players are, which is really us like allowing less room for defenders to defend. So if the numbers go up, right, boom, y'all remember that All-Star game that had, they were like, it was, the score was like 200 something to 200 something. That was the final score of the All-Star game. That is literally a microcosm of the entire NBA. Like, that is literally, it's a perfect example, bro. No defense being played, and then them running up the score. So that's what the NBA wanted, because they feel like, okay, if the numbers go up, right? Oh, we are having the best offenses ever. We're having the most 30-point scores in the season ever. People scoring 50, 60, 70. I think it has diminishing returns, because although you are in the short term, you're changing the perception on the numbers and the points are being inflated. You are doing that, but at the same time, what you're also doing is decreasing the value of the points. So yes, the points are going up, but it's kind of like inflation, right? The dollar amount is going up, but the value of it is going down. So the fans aren't as invested. You have to go higher and higher with the points for people to get the same feeling, or for it to feel the same, right? We used to be impressed when someone scored 40, 50. Now they got to score 60 or 70. Now we got niggas scoring 60 and 70. Now we got to go to 80, 90. So it's like it's kind of like building a tolerance to something, right? When the average goes up, people's expectations get higher. So you keep having to raise the bar for people to get that same level of excitement. So it's, in the long term, I think, going to damage the product. And I think it already is. I think it already is damaging the product. So it's like, hey, that's what they wanted to do. I don't think it's going to work. People getting paid to not play, is so much money being wasted. Well, that won't be happening anymore. I do think it's a double-edged sword, because the actual solution that all the scientists and researchers have said is y'all need to reduce the games in the season. But the players in the league does not want to do that, because they're going to get paid less. So it's like the best solution for that was to put the minimum games for like awards and all that type of stuff. Now, I think that's a problem, because they tie contract incentives to some of those awards. I think that's the only problem there. But I think that's exactly what the ownership group wanted, and the advertiser. I think they want it to be tied. But for the players, and it's like, damn, if you get injured, and then you had a kicker in your contract where it's like, boom, if you get all NBA, you get an extra X amount on your contract. Now, if something happens, like you get injured, that's kind of out of your control. That's a natural part of the process. Now you're missing out on an extra 50 to 100 million, you know. And I'm pro player. I'm pro player. I'm never going to be pro ownership, but I still understand how the business works. And I do think the load managing was getting out of hand. But then again, they wouldn't have to load manage if they reduced the amount of games in the season, when scientifically it's already shown that they need to reduce the season size, or the season length, in order to optimize the health of the players. They've clearly chosen not to do it. The players don't want to do it because they're going to get less money. The ownership don't want to do it. They're going to get less money. The NBA don't want to do it. So it's like, even though they know the right thing to do, they're not going to fucking do it. So, I mean, it's a tough pickle, right? Because it's like, I mean, as the player, it's like you kind of need to do it a little bit. But I do think some people were overusing it, though. I think a lot of teams and players was overdoing the low management shit. Like, it got ridiculous.
He called me on the phone. She's like, stop. And she's like, I'm about to cry. And she said it reminded her of last year. So last year during free agency, I called Klay and I called Steph, separate calls, and Steve. And I was just telling them, like, yo, I'm leaving. I'm going to Memphis.
You should have left. You should have left.
And I remember that call with them. So I was going to leave. And she said we were in Paris, and she's like, it's reminding me of when we were in Paris and you was calling them. Like, she was just sitting there crying. And obviously we got it figured out. Shout out to the Lakers. And
see, this is the thing that pissed me off. Why does the Warriors owner love Draymond more than every other player on the team? I don't understand what his obsession with Draymond is, bro.
Mike Dunleavy, his first free agency. We got it done, but
little Warriors lore for the non-Warriors fan. The Warriors owner loves Draymond. Get this. Believe it or not, more than Steph Curry. How do I know that? Because he literally said it in the fucking article. Because Draymond's a dog of the team. I definitely think that has something to do with it. I think he likes his personality. He likes his energy. He's just really obsessed with Draymond. Now, here's the crazy part. I think the Warriors owner loves Dre more than Steph Curry. Part of it is his personality and his role. Part of it is also that he was the owner when Draymond was drafted. He wasn't the owner when Steph was drafted. So I think he take a little more pride in Draymond than he does in like Klay and Steph. Y'all, I read the articles of how they did Klay. Oh, they did Klay so dirty, y'all. They did Klay so dirty. They did him so dirty. Come to find out, I read an article this morning that said Klay actually came back in the offseason and said, you know what, fine. Y'all don't want to give me 2 years. They offered him 2 years, $48 million before the season started. He rejected it. Now, I do think that was a mistake because I think he's over on the Mavs getting like 17 or 18 mil a year. So he's getting less than what they offered. Apparently, Klay and his team came back with an offer, said, okay, you know what, bet. Let's do 2 years, 40 million. So 20 mil a year. Warriors said we can't get to it right now because I guess they're trying to do other trades and stuff, which I think that was kind of messed up. And they said the owner intentionally gave a cold shoulder approach to the Klay Thompson contract situation because they had an opportunity to extend his contract the past 3 years, and they didn't say nothing to him about it. They didn't say nothing until they offered him the contract before the season. Now, that to me sounds like the ownership was ready to move on, and I think they're low-key right. I'm not gonna lie. For the fans' sake, it would have been nice, but I think mentally it was never going to work with Klay on this team after the injury. I think the way that shit fucked his mind up was so bad and so dramatic that his mentality was never going to be right and he was never going to have the right attitude. Because if you watch him last season, bro, his attitude was so bad, bro. His attitude was ridiculous. Like, bro, I'm talking, this dude was pouting on the bench. He was kicking stuff. He was mad, especially when he got benched, right? And it's like his mental of trying to like get back to the player he was before, it just made everything else worse. So I kind of feel like he was trapped on the team, being haunted by like his past self type shit, like his past glory. He kept trying to chase that, and he mentioned that Steve Kerr brought that up to him, and he was saying like, bro, you just need to enjoy the end of your career, like just do what you can. And I mean, to me, I think that's still kind of fucked up though. Like, even though the Warriors might have recognized that, like they didn't have to treat him the way they did. I mean, I do feel like the other problem is that Draymond and Klay were mad about the young guys getting their money. That part came out today too, where it says, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, they were saying that the young guys, Wiggins and Jordan Poole getting their contract extensions first made Draymond and Klay mad. And I get it. I get it. I personally feel like that these guys could never ask for too much money. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they could ask for too much. I feel like if you build a franchise and over 10x the value of the franchise from the time that you're there, you can't ask for too much. There's no such thing as too much. I don't care if you get injured or not. I don't care. Like, this is the pro worker seer right now. This ain't the let me think in my business mind. This is me thinking pro worker. These players deserve ownership of the team. That's how deep it is with them. In my opinion, they deserve ownership. Them getting paid whatever million a year is not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough, bro. It's not. And this is not me talking about how it does work. I'm saying how it should work. I know it's not how it is, but I'm saying truthfully, if the team was worth 400 million when you were first on the team, and now the team is worth 12 billion, you can't tell me that a nigga asking for 20 million a year is too much. I'm sorry, you can't. Pay the nigga under the table. I don't care. Send him some Bitcoin. I don't care, bro. But you can't tell me a nigga that built the franchise to what it is to where y'all can even build a $1 billion stadium is asking for too much. I'm sorry. They're younger and have more life in them. 30's kind of old. I get that. But it's like I hold two thoughts on it at the same time. They can't ask for too much money, but I also understand the salary cap and all that and market value and all that. And personally, I feel like the Warriors tried to lock Klay in. They tried, but he wasn't happy with the amount of years at the beginning of the season. 2 years, 48 mil. He wasn't happy with that. And I feel like he had the right. He probably felt like he deserved more. But because he messed himself up, because he was so adamant, like, nah, I don't want that contract. I deserve more. Because he made that decision, it affected his play throughout the whole season. You could almost see how that was weighing on him on the court. Every shot he was taking was like, oh, I gotta prove these people wrong. I gotta prove that I'm worth da 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 da. And then he actually did the opposite and then hurt his contract value. So that really sucked because you could see how that was factoring into his decision making, bro. And that just really sucked. That really sucked. So, I mean, I can't say the ownership didn't try. Klay just felt disrespected. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, once his attitude got so bad throughout the season and was like affecting the team, I'm talking, they had to have team meetings with him about his shot selection, about his attitude, about being a good veteran. Like, they had to do all that. So I could see how the ownership is like, do we really want to deal with this in more seasons? Or do we want to just go ahead and let this guy do his thing and then develop our young guys and try to make more moves? You know? But honestly, I think the real move should have been to trade Draymond Green when he punched Jordan Poole. Okay? Because then this nigga gonna come back the next season after Jordan Poole gone and miss 25 plus games just off of suspensions alone. I feel like they should have traded Draymond, got some type of pieces for him, and then built around Steph and Klay and Jordan. Or shit, you could have let Klay go off into the sunset later on. But I feel like when they decided to keep Draymond instead of getting rid of Poole, instead of getting rid of him, that's where they messed up. But I understand that's Steph's doing. He's not gonna choose a young guy over his guys. He's not gonna do that. But he should have though. He should have though. It's time to rebuild. So you think they should trade Steph? I wouldn't go. I gotta give Steph at least 1 or 2 more seasons. You have to give him a young star, though. You have to. Like, you need to give him not no old, washed up Paul George. Not that. But actual, like, young, under 26, 27 type dude. I think so, too. I mean, shit, I still think they should get rid of Draymond. I still think they should get rid of him. But they're not. And especially with Klay gone, they definitely not going to do it now.
Someone. I think one of the reasons I didn't even, like, when he called me, I didn't even attempt to, like, want to talk him out of.
I agree. He was supposed to do that with Jordan Poole. Yo, y'all don't understand. I was a Jordan Poole stan, bro. That was supposed to be a pool. And he was doing it. And then Klay and Draymond hating ass ruined it.
Leaving or like, yo, you should stay. Because like all the reasons that you would say, like, and things that you could, like, yeah, I could make words sound good, but like, those are known. You know, like those reasons are well documented. And so I think part of the reason.
They said Lauri Markkanen willing to accept a lower contract to join the Warriors. Hold on now. Warriors GM cooking up, y'all. Hold on, let him cook. Oh man, if y'all let us get Lauri Markkanen, you might be back. We might be back. If as long as we keep Kuminga. I know they're gonna want Kuminga. We gotta keep Kuminga. Damn, bro, that mean Pot's probably gonna be gone. Podzimski too good.
And when he said to me, like, yeah, I'm gonna leave, I was just like, man, I'm happy for you. That's dope. Like, it's crazy to think what we've done and blah, blah, blah. But not once was it like, yo, you may want to rethink this. You got time to rethink it. Because to see him struggle the way he did last year, if you ever care for someone's well-being, care about what they go through the battles, through the struggle with someone, elevate past a level that no one could ever imagine with someone, like, I'd hope the care that you'd have for that person will go far beyond what you may feel is best for you or what you want to see. And so a part of me, like, I couldn't then go and be like, yeah, like, you know, I want you to stay, or I wish you'd stay, or you should stay for this reason. Because like, for me to watch him go through what he went through last year, like, I know how much he loved the game of basketball. Klay, I don't think there's something that he loves the game, like, that he loves more than like playing basketball. And I didn't see that last year. And it's crazy because I told y'all about my year before that. Like, that was me the year before. Me the year before was just like, I don't even want to play basketball. And like, you could kind of like, it was hard to go to work. Like, it was hard to even care about what was going on at work. Like, you leave there and you kind of just try to lose the memory of being there type. Like,
oh, Draymond, wow. It's so interesting he says that. It's almost like we could tell. See, Draymond be telling on himself.
And so I experienced that a year before. And I don't know.
Yeah, and we could tell bro. Tell me, bro. Draymond be telling on himself. So when all of us was complaining about Draymond's attitude and all that shit, whole time the nigga was actually feeling that way.
I think when I look back on it, when I take a step back and I look back on it, could it have been the contract playing a part of that? Because he was kind of in the same position, right? Like, so I personally don't think it was that. Like, I think there was a lot of other things going into it. But like, there's no true way to know, like, oh, it was this emotion that like touched here. And like, there's no real way to know. You just kind of take all those things into account. But like I said, I do know the joy that basketball brings him. And like, it brought sadness. It brought unhappiness last year for him. And again, if you ever care about someone's well-being, go through the struggle with somebody and you only care. Your number one goal for that person is to see them happy and enjoying what they do because you care about their well-being, then like, a part of me wanted Klay to leave. And not wanting him to leave in the sense of like want him to leave, but want him to leave because you only want to see him be the guy that you know he is. Like, for a guy that's lived his life since I've known him, and I can only imagine before, without a care in the world, like, we'd all always say like, yo, Klay live in his own world. He don't have a care in the world. And like, for a guy that you know lived their life that way, and then all of a sudden it's not that, like, something's wrong. And if the most important thing in his life is basketball, you can clearly, immediately see what's wrong. And so as a brother, like, I want to see him with that again, like with that joy, with that love, because like we way closer to the end than we are the beginning, you know? I remember my uncle one day said to me, he was like, nephew, like, call your uncle sometimes. Like, he said, I'm on the wrong side of my downslide.
Gucci, what's good, bro?
I'm on the wrong side of my downslide. Something like that, he said.
Just get from work.
And like, that's where we are.
W Gucci in the chat.
Like in our careers, like.
Okay, Draymond, all right.
Dude, he's supposed to.
Next. Oh wow, they gave me an ad for that. Okay. We're about to get the reactions. I just want to see a little bit of what they said. I saw like a clip of this pod. Hey Gucci, W stream yesterday. I saw you. I don't know what you finished at. Last time I looked, it was like 13 hours, but I think you probably kept streaming after that. I saw you get on RP after. Nah, that's crazy. We were just talking about the Klay trade.
Says it's a straight 3-year deal with no player option. It will be a sign and trade with terms of that still being worked out. So according to Woj, Klay had some 4-year offers from other teams around the league that he felt would not be competitive enough to acquire his services. He was also a fan of Texas, not having state income tax, I believe. So he gets to keep a little bit more of his bread. But Klay Thompson's time with the Warriors.
The Klay trade, I knew it was coming, bro, honestly. Hold on. Yo, I love this. I mean, okay. I wouldn't say he's dead weight, but like, I would say his attitude definitely made him like disposable. Like more disposable than anyone would have thought he was. Like the way he handled everything was so bad, and his attitude was like killing the team. Like his attitude was dead ass dragging the team down. Like it was pretty bad. But it's like he just made it so much worse, bro. He made it so much worse than what it had to be, because the team literally tried to prevent all this from happening with that contract they tried to give him at the start of the season. He didn't want it. He felt like it was disrespectful. And they could already see how that was going to go. But you know what it was? Dre and Klay were delusional about how good they were when they won that 22 finals. Because Draymond got carried by Looney and Klay got carried by Wiggins. And then the report just came out that they were, what is the phrase they use? They were not pleased or whatever with Wiggins and JP getting their contracts after that finals. They felt some type of way about that, aka jealous, aka mad, which we all said that when Draymond punched Jordan Poole, and everyone swore it wasn't about the money. They swore it wasn't about it. I don't know. They're talking about Buddy Hield to the Warriors. Dang. Who is rapper BG? Who? GP2? Gary Payton the second? BG. Okay, yeah. Who? Okay. So this BG guy, they said that, look, y'all, I just saw this article yesterday. They said all his future songs have to be approved by the US government. I just never heard that before. So I was just like, what did he do? Yeah, I'm gonna try to find the article. I think I saved it. Hold on, I think I tried to at least. I got a bunch of tweets to go through with y'all. Oh my God, look at this class. I meant to show y'all this other week. Chat, look at this freaky ass class, bro. Look at this freaky ass class. Chat, if you don't like freak ass shit, close your eyes. But I had to show y'all this shit. I forgot to do this the other week. Chat, what is this freak ass class? You know what? I'm not even mad, because you know what? Some people gotta get taught. Like, I'm not mad, but like, when I saw this on my timeline, I was like, Chad, I'm dead. Timo said, where do I sign up? Ask for a friend. I'm not gonna lie, they are kind of teaching us some good techniques. They are. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. This shit is crazy. Okay, how much y'all think they charging for this shit, chat? How much y'all think they charging? I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, chat. Here go a new meta. Whoever decides to do this shit live on Twitch, hey, whoever decides to live stream this, oh God. Whoever decides to live stream one of these classes to Twitch, you are gonna make a bag. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to promote it. I'm just, y'all know how people are, chat. I don't know if anyone's done that yet. Hold on, maybe I need to pitch the idea to the owner of the studio. They gotta give me a cut though. Yeah, Infinity, that was crazy timing, bro. I'm sorry. I was trying to find something else. Hold on, let me see. Songs, government. Let's see. BG ordered to have all songs approved by government. Boom. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, I was scrolling looking for this. He did sit down for a long time. He probably did some shit he was supposed to. Oh, well, damn. What's good, Hell Orphan? How we feeling? Okay, here's the article. Okay. Oh, hell no. Nah. We are not paying to read the fucking article. What's wrong with y'all? Have y'all lost your marbles? Oh, they trying to do it too? Bro, what the hell? Are y'all this down bad? Let me read the article. Okay, what's the reason though? Okay, bro. Do y'all see the advertising is crazy? They taking over the whole page, bruh. Y'all about to make me fucking mad. Okay, it says the judge refused the prosecution's request to prohibit BG from promoting and glorifying future gun violence and murder in any songs performed during his supervision, citing free speech concerns. Wait. So they wanted to do it, but they didn't? Now I'm confused. Okay, let's see. Sentenced to jail in 2012 for 14 years for 2 counts of firearm possession and 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct justice. He's spending 3 years under federal supervision. It says it became an issue when he began rapping again. He did a concert with Boosie. Okay, they said those under supervised release. Oh, so like they're released from jail, but they're under government supervision, basically. Generally required to refrain from associating with convicted felons and BG was arrested for allegedly not obtaining permission to work with Boosie. Okay, so Boosie's also a felon. So when he got out of jail on under government supervision or whatever hell, I didn't know that was a thing, by the way. And when he went to the concert with Boosie, they got him, and yeah, okay. How did we get to the part where he can't release music though? What? They said prosecutors said that the lyrics that the two rapped, in addition to the lyrics on his album with Gucci Mane, caused them to seriously question BG's commitment to rehabilitation. He did end up getting permission to work with Boosie, so they were wrong about that. They said the lyrics issue was deemed consequential enough to result in Friday's ruling. So, okay. So they thought he didn't get permission to do a concert with Boosie, but he did. But they said the lyrics that they performed and the lyrics in his songs was still enough to put him under more supervision, I guess. That's interesting though. What y'all think about that? Should they be able to do that? Oh, you're rapping lyrics in a song that you're supposed to be rehabilitating, but like you're rapping lyrics in a song that we don't like, so we're gonna supervise you more and control what you can put out. That's a little crazy. I don't know. A service level, that sounds a little insane. I'm not gonna lie. That seems like overstepping a little bit. That's not like overstepping. That's a little. That's kind of nuts. Fellas can't hang with felons. He violated his promote pretty much. There's a bush. But the thing is though, apparently he didn't violate the parole. Well, at least the part with the hanging with felons. They said they thought he did at first. They thought he didn't get permission to be with Boosie, but he actually did get permission to do the concert with him. So that was half of their argument. The other half was, oh, you got these lyrics in your song. We're not convinced you're rehabilitating. It's like, but it's a song though. But it's a song. It's not like he actually did something. So now the man got to get all his songs approved by the government. That's kind of wonky, chat. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good precedent. That does not seem like a good precedent. That's like saying, oh, you can't act in this movie as a killer or something like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? That's like saying you can't play a role in a movie. How can you say what is art versus what is this actual person? How can you... I think that's a very dangerous territory we're getting into there. That's kind of actually insane. I just wanted to see the context on that because I kept seeing it pop up on my Twitter. And I'm just like, what? Why would they control what music comes out? It's an art at the end of the day. I don't agree. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. What the... Wait a minute. Is this where I think it is? Why does it look like Georgia State campus? It might not be. Nah, it's not, because they got a house across the street. Those thugs in Atlanta. Nah, I love Atlanta though. Okay, so they said the Warriors are looking to get Lauri Markkanen. What y'all think? Come on, are Warriors contenders if they get that one? Oh, they said Lauri Markkanen. Oh shit, Lauri Markkanen in Cali. Okay. Gotta see him play. Come on, bro. You put a 7-footer shooting the big man that can also finish at the rim next to Steph Curry. Hey man, I don't see how that could go wrong. Only way it goes wrong is if he gets injured. But like honestly, I don't think I've seen Lauri in the playoffs. So like my only concern is like, is he built like that in the playoffs though? Like you know, because some of these dudes be good in the regular season, they get to the playoffs, they be shook. Oh my God, my bestie's in the chat. Hi, bestie. How was your day, bestie? Go. We're just talking about the Klay trade and everything, and yeah, I don't know how we got sidetracked, but yeah.
Now done. Warriors.
How I got sidetracked.
I think they'll be working. They're working.
I'm not blaming you on chat. It was me.
Just asking. Just asking. If we sign him,
could have paid him more.
Do we have to trade him?
No.
It's a sign and trade, so that means he got to sign first. If I decide not to trade him, what happens?
So, Gil, it's a sign and trade.
Yeah.
So you don't sign if your trade is not agreed to previously. So you can hold me hostage and say that I'm not going to do this trade for you.
We're not letting you leave, Klay.
Because now we know the value.
You can't just trick me into signing.
No, I'm just saying, we know the value now. I like him at this 3-year 50.
We'll give you 3 for 51, Klay.
I like this 3-year 50 right here. You know what I mean?
It's funny.
I think he's asking for a little bit more. So,
principal at this point.
It is the principalities.
Okay.
So, good, as you point out, Klay was offered a 2-year, $48 million deal last offseason, didn't take it. Now he's headed to the defending Western Conference champion Dallas Mavs, where he'll team up with Luka Doncic.
Okay. What y'all think about the Mavs? I am going to tell y'all what will happen. Okay. Predicts. I need this on the record. Luka, Klay, and Kyrie. Amazing scores. Amazing. But simultaneously, also some of the highest degree difficulty shot takers in the league. Now, I think we saw that when I did my analysis of the, finals with the Mavs, I noticed the problem that I always notice with Luka and Kyrie, which they take 2 difficult shots. Kyrie, even more on that end than Luka. Luka, I think he did what he could. Luka's problem is defense. Kyrie's problem is defense. Klay's problem is defense. So you add one more high difficulty shot taker to their group of already high difficulty shot takers and dudes that can't defend worth a lick, when the whole problem in the finals for them was not really like, it was offense, but it wasn't at the same time. Luka alone was able to keep them kind of close, but the problem was defense, honestly, and role players. I think they did a good job getting the best dudes they could at the trade deadline and stuff. And I did feel like if they got better role players and stuff, or like other, like, you know, not like star players, but like a tier below a star player, not a, like, whatever's in between a role player and a star player. I felt like they needed one more of those guys. Maybe Klay's that guy, but I really feel like whoever that was, I feel like needed to play defense to help take the pressure off of them too. Yeah, like a 6-man, yeah. And I guess technically Klay would be that, but like in his mind, he's a star player. So like I'm a little concerned about like the mentality of like Kyrie, Luka, and Klay all having that mentality of like the alpha type personality. Even though Klay is like not as demonstrative or whatever, he still has the mentality of like an alpha type A, like I'm that guy. I'm just curious how all their shot selection is gonna mesh with each other on the same team, and then their egos. How is that gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it like this. Only reason Klay could work on the Warriors is because Steph is a anomaly of a like all-time great. He obviously has ego. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have ego, but like his mind think a little different. Yo, W Big Body Ray, hold on. We got Zeri High Life in the chat. Yo, what's good, Whiteface? Yo, thank you so much for the rate, fam. How we feeling? We're just talking a little basketball. Talking about the Klay Thompson trade. I hope you guys are having a good day. Yo, Trey Ball, what's good? How you guys feeling today? Shout out to the GOAT. Very high life. Always appreciate you showing love, fam. Always, always, always. I hope you're having a good one, and I hope you had a good stream. I don't know if any of y'all like basketball, but we're kind of just yapping about the Klay Thompson trade and stuff. Timo said Klay is an all-star, not a superstar. Exactly. That's exactly right. They was trying snacks in New York. Oh, wait. Wait, you're saying Zeri was in New York? IRL stream? IRL? Let me find out. Yo, that's gonna be us, chat. No cap, that's gonna be us in a minute. It's either gonna be the end of next year, the end of this year, or the beginning part of next year. One or the other, chat. We going back to New York, and we are doing IRL stream when I go. So I'm pretty excited. That's a W. I love IRL streams. With Chris, J. Rose, and them. That's what's up, bro. I love that. I love seeing people get out and stream outside. I love that shit, bro. Timo. Nah, you're right, Timo. You're right. Steph is a floor general. Bestie, go. Bestie, where are you? I'm having a good day, Bestie, go. I saw your message somewhere here. Oh, there you go. I was trying to respond. I'm having a good day. How was work? Hope you had a good day at work. Wait, Bestie, are you out tomorrow? You're out tomorrow, right? Oh my God, Bestie, you're out tomorrow. Right? Right? I hope I'm not getting excited for no reason. Yeah, you were off on Thursday and then off on Friday. Come on, say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Come on. Yes. Okay. Bad, Bessie. Oh my God. We could play some games. Bessie, we could play some games. Ooh, we could play GTA, low-key. I kind of need some new headphones for that, though. I think I gotta buy some new headphones. Yeah, I think I gotta buy some new headphones. Because these, I use for these now, so I don't have nothing to plug into my, my controller. Yeah, we gotta get a couple things off the Amazon. But yeah, Best, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Earbuds. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna bring that up. You might get triggered. I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. When are we reacting? You want to do it tomorrow or today? I think I'm gonna get these. I wonder how the bass is in those though. Ooh, these look kind of decent. Ink and what's the difference? What's the difference between these two? One is $11.95. I'm assuming these are better. Okay, I'm gonna get those. And then I need to get that little thing. What is it called? Goose neck. What's it called? Mic stand. How much is that? 18 bucks. I don't know if that fits though. That fit? Wait. Microphone. Does it connect to the desk though? Yeah, I'm just having this internal dialogue. My bad. I needed to connect to the thing though. Okay, so this thing is basically like 20 bucks. I might gotta wait. I'm not. Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to get it cheap. Oh, there's one. $20. I low-key need that now. Okay. But yeah, we're just talking about Klay.
Kyrie Irving. Do you think a change of scenery will revitalize Klay?
Yeah, I don't even want to say. I think what Klay did last year was, let's just say, that was the bottom end of what he could have did, right? Contract on the line, right? Playing with his own head, right? He wasn't there mentally, and he still averaged 18, right?
Yeah.
He still averaged 18 points a game, and that was probably the worst of what we can see from Klay. Shooting percentage, just the play itself. I thought the move was needed, right, to really see what your value is. And he gambled on himself, and he didn't really take a pay cut in a sense, right? It didn't really hurt him, right? 3-year 50, 2-year 48, right? He lose what, $3 million a year?
But you got to work an extra year to get it.
I mean, $3 million a year, and you're in a better.
Nah. Okay, this nigga cannot do math. Sir, let me pull out the calculator for you. Because, no. 2 years, 48, $24 million, okay? $24 million per year. He has a 3-year, 50 contract, which means he's getting just over $15 million a year. So he's getting $16.6 million a year versus $24 million a year. This nigga cannot do math. That's almost $10 million less. What is he talking about? I have to pull the calculator out just to check myself, because the confidence with which he said that was alarming.
Situation, happier situation.
More bread too with the state income tax variable
I
on
mean,
it.
that's what I said. It probably evens itself out. And
the team.
No. $16 million a year for 3 years is not the same, bro. It's not the same. Even with the state taxes, he still would have got more.
You know, they're gonna take care of him.
I'm pretty sure he probably didn't want to leave, but you know, sometimes when somebody calls your bluff.
You said you want to
sometimes.
do it today? Okay.
You gotta.
You drink a coffee? Well, coffee ain't that. Coffee don't really do nothing for real, bestie. Now, if you drink a Celsius, I'll be like, all right, we gotta do it. But coffee, bro, that's gonna wear off in like an hour.
Call it back. And I think this was what this was.
Yeah. And some obvious frustrations from his part with that franchise. Obviously, Draymond got his bread. Everybody else seemed to be getting taken care of. Klay came back, obviously missing those 2 years. Did solid in that championship year. Struggled a little bit this year, but by his standards, still had a solid year. So
that's what I said.
I mean, the Warriors been cooked since the punch. Let's be honest. I mean, they've been the dynasty has been over since that punch. So
it died nasty.
So it just took a whole lot out of the team, and I don't think they ever been right since then either. So
yeah, that's the fact.
Yeah, I think it's a good move for Klay.
Ain't got nothing to do with the roster.
Huh?
Excuse me, ma'am. I did read the whole sentence.
You know what it was? It was that.
I did.
We are the pie.
I read the whole sentence. I did. Bessie, you think I can't read? Bessie, do you think I'm illiterate?
What?
Where Golden State had where they had a chance to just like be in front of the curve is when they had that number 2 pick.
And James Wiseman
because
instead of LaMelo.
Because your team was hurt and all those superstars was coming back, and you had a chance to put somebody in that was young enough to keep you afloat, and it was just you mismanaged that.
So they should have went with a guard.
I mean, at least I don't think they should have kept LaMelo. I don't think they should have got LaMelo, let alone kept him. But if they did get him, I guess they could have used him as like a trade asset or something, at least.
I think you should have picked LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, it should have been, yeah.
I think they had the right idea with getting a big man though, because obviously you look at the league now, like it's shifting more towards big players now. So like I think they had the right idea, but Wiseman was just way too raw.
Because you could have had him and Steph at the one because he's tall enough to guard twos.
Nah.
Imagine him
He's
coming.
not a good fit. He's not a good fit for the worst.
Passing that bitch to Steph the way he passed that bitch.
Right.
Right, him, Klay. Think about just all the passes he would have.
It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked.
The style.
No. Like it sounds good on paper, but like LaMelo's just not. He's literally just not a system fit. There's no way. Steve Kerr, bro. If y'all saw how Steve Kerr treated Jordan Poole, how do y'all think he would have treated LaMelo? Especially considering LaMelo was way better out the gate than Jordan Poole. Like, bro, he would have. I swear to God, Steve Kerr would have limited LaMelo's potential, and that's saying a lot.
That's basically oh boy that they traded.
Who?
The shooter that got
more in control.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the same, but it's just more control and.
Man, shit, you probably still had him too.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, you still had Jordan Poole. I mean, it would have just like I mean, it's one of those things where that's a chance where you could have made a.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, I'm just thinking, man. I saw James Wiseman play in high school. I saw the first game he had in Memphis. Dog. I just wasn't second pick worthy. What I'm saying. I saw it firsthand. 2 summers in a row.
Let me see. I got you. So that draft also included Brandon LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey.
Exactly. Tyrese Halliburton, that was the dude they should have got. But the Warriors, according to the reports, they weren't confident, even though they liked him, they weren't confident in his shot because he shoots a little weird. But I'm like, nigga, why does it matter if he shoots weird if the shot's going in though? He would have been an actual good pick for them. He would have been a good like franchise like that. He is a Steve Kerr player. I don't know why they didn't pick him. I really don't. Like that was actually a really good option, but they wanted a big man.
Who won 4?
Let me pull it in.
Isaac Okoro.
Or Patrick Williams.
Oh, Patrick Williams won 4. Isaac Okoro won 5. It was KJ's draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know.
yeah, you rounded the boys up.
So basically, LaMelo is basically.
LaMelo would have been the guy.
Because there was no reason. I mean, obviously, if Ant-Man would have slipped, but there wasn't. Yeah. But those are the things that you gotta really. But I guess at that time they were probably thinking big man.
But it's not.
But
it wasn't like dude.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Motherfucker played 1 game in college. In Memphis, no, it wasn't. Trust me, man.
Oh, he was Memphis.
It was all high school hype, man. I'm telling you.
Damn.
I saw him play with my own 2 eyes, man. No, Christian Coloco that kicked his ass, man. Got him kicked out of the game. So frustrated. Dude, he was the 2nd player in the class at the time. Cole Anthony was 1. I'm watching like, dude, this is what it like. No, KJ Coloco kicking his ass out here, man. Like destroying this boy. And then he ended up being the 2nd pick in the draft. I was like, but decisions you make come back to, that's them GMs and shit, man, them positions, dog, making these picks, man. Like Bob Myers, you was good before.
Okay,
I respect you.
Okay, but it wasn't that though. It wasn't that like. It wasn't that it was a bad pick. It was that, okay, I would revise that. It was a bad pick considering that the Warriors or Steve Kerr is not a development coach in that sense. And I will say, people are going to point at the GM, but the reality is the owner, Joe Lacob, wanted Wiseman. It's Joe Lacob that wanted Wiseman. So it's like really, it's just a case of the owner being overly involved in the, player part of it, the drafting. So it's like, that's what happens when you have an owner that's like in too deep, so to speak. But I guess like he got the right to do that. It is his team, but that's sometimes the downside though. That's the downside of like having an owner that's like very involved in the drafting process, the player, all that. Like, so I think that's really what it is, for real. Everyone looking for the next Luka or the next Joker. Timo, honestly, like looking back, I see the vision they had. But like Kenyon just said, when you look at the fact that he only played one game in college, when you looked at his matchups, it's like they like the potential of him more than what he was. And then you can't be doing that when you're not a team that has a coach that can develop players. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you add those together, maybe there is a team out there that could have developed Wiseman. But the Warriors definitely was not that team. When you look at Steph coming off an injury, Klay coming off an injury, Draymond, all of them aging, there really wasn't no room for the kid to grow for real. I still think he has potential, but I think when you only go to college for 1 year and then you're injured and then you only play one game, it's like, what? Where was the space for him for real? It wasn't a good environment. Yeah, exactly. They're a small ball team, exactly. And one of the things I heard come out of the rumblings of the reporters and beat writers fits into what you're saying. Steve Kerr, the players, did not want to change their system around him. And I said this at the time. The Warriors were going to have to shift around Wiseman if they want to work. But the reports were they didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, well, it's not going to work. Y'all just need to trade him. Because if y'all aren't willing to meet him where, you know what I'm saying? And I get why they felt that way. They're like, hey, we do this way. You're either going to fit into it or you're going to leave. And we see what happened. He gone.
I was like,
but that's
questionable.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
they wanted to go for a home run. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to go for a home run swing or whatever, however they say it. And they took the riskier option over the more, let's just say, reasonable option, which would have been Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not going to say they missed on LaMelo because I know for a fact that wouldn't have worked. Look, as a fan that has been watching Steve Kerr and how he operates, he didn't like Jordan Poole. He didn't want to play Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole forced his hand. Jordan Poole in injuries forced his hand. I know for a fact he wouldn't have liked LaMelo. Oh, LaMelo's attitude? No. The drama around him? No. The Warriors is very well known for making culture picks. Who's going to fit within our culture? LaMelo is the exact opposite of what they want. They've rejected star players that want to come to the team because they don't fit the culture. There's no way they would have changed that for LaMelo, no matter how talented he was.
Doesn't happen a lot when you have when you're in a situation where everybody get hurt and then you fuck around and get a lottery pick and then everybody comes back healthy, right? It's you
can't miss though.
You can't miss. Yeah, you can't miss. Yep.
That's like if Spurs don't take Tim Duncan or the Lakers don't take Magic.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
In that situation, like you pick whoever else that was anybody else in that
anybody else
in that situation, you're not.
Keep their heart. I'll fight any.
Melo's supposed to be the guy, but he barely making moves. I'm not gonna lie. I think like, okay, now I'm talking about my generation here. So understand, I'm not being judgmental, but like when I think about this new wave of like players, especially him, we grew up in a social media age, right? How do I say this? So like players like LaMelo are very skilled and talented, right? Whereas back in the day, the glory would come from you winning, right? Or achieving like some type of material success. That's what, but in our age, the glory comes from, let's just say, having really cool IG reels and YouTube shorts and highlight mixtapes. Let's call it what it is. So if you get all the gas just off of that alone, what's it going to be your motivation to elevate to another level? what's gonna be your motivation to be great? You got the cars, you got the baddies, you got the money. You know what I'm saying? You got the notoriety. So it's like, what do these young players, and then they're getting way more money than the people that came before them. So it's like, in one contract, in one, like, whatever, however many years, 4-year deal, they getting more than dudes back in the day got their whole career. So it's like, how do you motivate somebody that has everything? That's where you see the separation of who got that dog in him versus who don't got that dog in him. The dudes that got that dog in them can have all of those same things and still have some motivation to go to another level. And then you got guys like LaMelo. And then on top of all that, he's injury prone. So it's like, he's not, like, that's why you got to go for the dogs, bro. That's why you can't go off of potential and their highlights and, you know, what looks good, because they'll look good when they playing. But are they winners, though? Do they have the mental fortitude? Do they even care about losing? Do they even care? They still get in the bag. They still got the baddies. They still got the cars, the chains, the houses, and all that. So it's like, that's why the GOATs are a rare breed. Like Steph, Kobe, I'm not putting LeBron, I'm sorry. But Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Larry Bird, the GOATs, that's why they're GOATs. Because they had all the success, the status, the respect, all that, and they still kept trying to elevate. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me a LeBron hater. I'm not bringing his name up in the category. Because he loves the attention. But what I will say, objectively, with all the attention and stuff he gets, I do feel like he still cares about winning. I do. Even to the point where he's a sore loser and will walk off the court before the game's over. 2018 finals. I saw it with my own eyes. Even to the point where he'll quit on his team. I'm sorry, chat. I saw it with my own eyes. I cannot forget it. Look at Zion. Bro, Zion he's such an interesting case. Bronny is an excellent case of nepotism. But I do think it's very rare because most people cannot, in the NBA, cannot have nepotism help their kids that far. Because I think Bronny is very far from an NBA player. I think he's like a G League player, maybe. I think he's like one of those G League players that could like work their way up to the league if they do good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those, like, that's really what I think his trajectory would be. Or like playing overseas, no shade, but like, I don't think he's an NBA player. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Bronny's the face of NBA. That's why I think it's a case of nepotism that a lot of other athletes can't achieve. Because even if your dad wasn't in the NBA, that don't mean you got enough pull to get, or he has enough pull to get you to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because we see a lot of these dudes' sons have played basketball and haven't been able to make it. But LeBron's son could do it. Because, and I think it just shows how high up in the NBA hierarchy you have to be for you to be able to get your son that's not that good just to the second round. So like, that's just how it goes. You just got to be that guy. You can't be one of them other ones. You can't be one of them other ones. You gotta, it has to be the right combination of your son being good enough and you being that high up with the influence. Because the fact they drafted him to the Lakers was like, because I was thinking maybe another team drafts him and then they have to trade the pick or something. Or I was thinking maybe it would be something like that. But they didn't even have to do that. Straight up to the Lakers. I was like, wow, this is a different type of pool. Yo, what's good, Red? How are you? Red 0 in the building. MJ's son, I don't think MJ's kids were good enough. I think Bronny has the right amount of like athleticism and tools to be looked at as maybe NBA player, but like I don't think he's gonna be able to save his whole like career though. I think they're gonna play together at least one season. And then after LeBron retires, I'm not sure what's gonna happen after that. I think it could go south after that. It's really gonna be up to Bronny how long he's able to stay. I'm curious to see how long he can last. Like, I don't want to judge him because of that heart thing he had, where, you know, the fact that he even came back and played basketball after that was insane. So, like, who knows what it would have been like if he had actually got to play the full college season and not have the heart thing happen. You know, I don't know. But, like, I think he's good enough to, like, play basketball at a high level. But the way it should have gone, if it wasn't for like LeBron's legacy and stuff, he really should have played college another year, I think. Or I think Bronny's the type of player that really needs to play college 4 years. But obviously that wouldn't happen because LeBron wants to play with him before he retires. But for his own development, I really feel like he should have played it all out, like all the way out in college and got more time to develop before he would be really truthfully NBA ready. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes like in and out of the G League or something like that. I don't know. LeBron might not want that to happen because of optics, but like that really would be good for him, to be honest. They will low-key want who, Bronny? I mean, I know a lot of people don't want him to do well, but I mean, I feel like it's a lot of pressure on him, bro. I don't really like that. I feel like it's so unfair to him. I feel like the whole, for LeBron's legacy, I just hate that for him, bro. I really hate that. I really do. Because I wish he got to develop on his own terms. I wish he didn't have to rush through his process so that he could play with LeBron. And I just wish he wasn't attached to LeBron. I know it's impossible, but like, he's just being set up for failure, honestly. I really do think he's being set up for failure. But hey, at least LeBron's legacy, you know? Hey, at least LeBron's legacy gets to have a boost, I guess. Yeah, right, because it's all about LeBron, and I'm sure it's been all about LeBron his whole life. I don't see how this is helping him. I really don't. And I hate to see it because as soon as he messes up or is ass, they are going to be cooking him. And how does that benefit Bronny? I really feel like LeBron is selfish. I really do. I really do. And it's not surprising. It's always all about LeBron and his legacy. Always. He always want to control the narrative. Red said, doing good, friend. Happy to see you. Yo, shout out to Red. Bryce is hooping. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that Bryce. Hey, Tebow, that Bryce, though. Bryce is going to be a different story. I really do believe that. I genuinely believe Bryce is going to be the best one. I really do. Kind of like the Ball brothers. You know how the younger ones end up better? I genuinely think Bryce is going to be a legit player. It's crazy how that always works, right? How the oldest one isn't always the best one, but the younger one. But I think it makes sense, though. It makes sense. So I'm actually excited to see Bryce arc. I don't know what grade he's in, but he's super tall. He's like 6'7". I think they say he's like 6'7". But yeah, that boy is tough. He's tough. You know who else son is good though? Kian Anthony or Kian Anthony, Carmelo Anthony's son. That's another good one. Yo, Red, thank you for pulling up, bro. I hope your food turns out well. I appreciate you. In chat, make sure y'all follow both of these W streamers in the chat. Hold on, chat. Yes, sir.
So just looking at now Klay with his Mavs squad, like I said, playing with Luka, playing with Kyrie. Mavs got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr., Derrick Jones Jr., signed with the Clippers. Do you like Klay's fit with this Mavs squad?
No, Trev just texted me.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
Loco kick Evan Mobley and a motherfucking Wiseman ass. That's why we really telling the truth. But
I think it was. It's great. I mean, when you watch the way Dallas play, right? You know, those shots that was coming to those corners,
It ain't Derrick Jones over there.
Yeah. Right. You know, it's you know, now that's Klay. Now we seen when Tim Hardaway Jr. came in, we see what he did. Right. So now it's really putting a couple plays in that involves Klay because he does move. You know, you don't want him stationary. Right. He is a moving guy, making people run after him.
I think he'll give her.
Klay got to wear another number.
He'll get up a lot of shots though. Still.
Oh yeah, he's 11. Yeah. What's his high school number? 22.
Your guess as good as mine?
What's his daddy?
Pulling it up.
What's his daddy wear?
Shit, if he averaged, if he averaged 18 off a bad year?
He wore number 1 and number 11 in high school.
11 is.
Who's one over there? Yeah, that's young
Hardy.
Yeah, that's young fella.
Yeah, we
He come off of that though.
Young fella ain't coming off that. Young fella ain't coming off that.
Yeah, wore number 1 at Washington State as well.
He gonna get number 1. Let me get that young fella. Hey. Got 4.
Hey, I hope you got 400,000. I hope you got 400,000.
Yeah, so 1 in high school, 1 in
Kid, talk to
college.
young fella, man. Yeah. These people crazy shit on the internet. They just be putting numbers on people. So,
What number they put on them?
No, I saw I'm talking Paul George. They had number 29 on Paul earlier. I was like, yo, these damn people crazy, man.
What do they talk about?
Signed with the Sixers. There was a report that the Warriors were looking to land him in a signing trade with the Clippers.
I'm glad that didn't happen. All right, y'all.